How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Reviews, and on today's video I'll be reviewing yet another live action remake of an animated Disney classic. This time it is Aladdin. It's directed by Guy Ritchie, of all people, and it stars Will Smith as the genie, Mena Massoud as Aladdin, and Naomi Scott as Princess Jasmine. You all know the story of Aladdin. He's a street rat and falls in love with Princess Jasmine. He gets kidnapped by Jafar and is forced to retrieve a magic lamp from the Cave of Wonders. He ends up getting trapped in the cave and encounters the genie, who can now grant Aladdin 3 wishes. I feel like I'm relaying information to you that you already know. If you don't know Aladdin, did you have a childhood? I'll be honest, I was incredibly skeptical going into this remake of Aladdin, because for me, the original animated Disney film is easily in my top 5 Disney films of all time. It's funny, it's vibrant, it's energetic. The majority of that is down to the really catchy musical numbers in the film, but also one of, if not the greatest voiceover performance ever from Robin Williams as the genie. And the trailers and promotional material for this remake did anything but reassure me that this was going to be any good. Firstly, the hiring of Guy Ritchie just struck me as very peculiar. If you're familiar with Guy Ritchie's filmography, then a fantasy musical, it doesn't seem like a natural fit. And then they hired Will Smith as the genie, who I'll admit is very charismatic and incredibly charming, but I hold the genie so near and dear to my heart. He's probably my favorite Disney character of all time. Again, most of that down to Robin Williams' fantastic performance. So I was incredibly concerned that they were just going to try and copy what Williams did. And then there were the trailers, which again really did not fill me with confidence. The genie looked terrible when he was in his blue form, and it looked as if it was going to be very pantomime-y, which was the last thing that I wanted for this live action remake. But now I guess it's time to eat some humble pie, because this live action remake of Aladdin turned out pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, and I do think that Guy Ritchie failed to encapsulate the magic of the original, which left some moments feeling a bit flat. But as far as an overall film goes, it was a lot of fun. Will Smith as the genie, he's pretty good. I kind of liked it. He's not trying to copy Robin Williams, because that would have just ended horrendously. He's making the genie his own. He's putting his own stamp on it. He's energetic, he's exciting. Kind of like your cool friend who would always be looking out for your best interests, with phenomenal cosmic powers this time round. The majority of his jokes land, and yes, whenever he is on screen, it does become the Will Smith show, but it's Will Smith, and they kind of capitalize off that anyway. Like I said, with his overwhelming charisma, it works. And the songs that he's in, he does a pretty good job. Numbers like Friend Like Me and Arabian Nights are full of energy, vibrancy. Once again, we run into the word, it's fun. It's nothing too spectacular, it's just enjoyable. A Whole New World is probably the peak of the film, and we do get a couple new original songs, kind of like what they did with Beauty and the Beast, where they're kind of sticking to the same story formula and just tweaking little bits here and there. We get a couple new songs from Alan Menken and the guys behind The Greatest Showman and La La Land. They give Jasmine a new song, which is one heck of a powerhouse. However, there are some of the other songs that you can tell don't have anywhere near as much energy as, say, like Friend Like Me or A Whole New World. Some of them feel kind of half-hearted, as if the cast and crew were exhausted from the ones they'd done before, and they're just treating it like Prince Harley, Harley of Hub. I think Mena Massoud makes for a really great Aladdin. He's got that charm, he's got that swagger and confidence about him, and yet he really plays off Will Smith incredibly well. Naomi Scott, I think, is arguably the real star of this film. She more than impresses as Princess Jasmine. She's got a great singing voice. I've known her since when she did Lemonade Mouth, which was a Disney Channel original movie. Probably one of like the better end Disney Channel original movies. So to see her now kind of get the spotlight she deserves, I think she's going to have a very bright and successful career from this moment on. And again, kind of like what they did with Belle, where they sort of delved into her past a little bit more in Beauty and the Beast, they they expand Jasmine just that little bit more as a character. We get to see her have more of a presence. Let's talk about Jafar though. This is what Jafar sounds like in the original animated film.
I'd like to see how snake-like I can be.
And this is what Jafar sounds like in the 2019 live-action remake.
You stumbled upon an opportunity. I can make you rich.
Yeah, this dude ain't Jafar. Marwan Kenzari is definitely giving it all he's got, but he's way too softly spoken and nowhere near as menacing as Jafar should be. I don't necessarily think the entire blame can be put on him because he's really going for it in certain scenes. I don't think he was given the right directorial notes to really make Jafar his own. And we also have to deal with the fact that they really drag out the final act of this film. And I mean really drag it out. One moment looks as if we're building to the climax and then it slows back down again and it looks like we're going to get to the end, the big fight's in, and then no, we're going to take a break, we're going to do something else, and then we're building straight back up to the finale, but no, we got one more thing, and it's like, get on with it. We know you're just trying to pad it out, you're trying to have filler moments that aren't really that interesting just so it can get to a 2-hour runtime. I'll be honest, I feared the worst going into Aladdin, and it turns out that I was pleasantly surprised. It's by no means the best live-action remake Disney have given us, but it pays respect to the original. We get to relive some iconic moments and see them transpire in real life. Will Smith, I thought, was really entertaining as the genie, and even better when he's not blue. The CGI really isn't that good. Overall, look, I enjoyed Aladdin, and that's from someone who literally adores the original. So overall, I'm going to give the live-action remake of Aladdin a 7.5 out of 10. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the live-action remake of Aladdin. If you've seen the film already, let me know your thoughts are in the comments below, as well as your favourite Disney character. I'm talking animated, live-action, we'll even throw Pixar in there anyway. Like I said, mine is Genie, but what is yours? If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The links to all of my social media are in the description below. Many thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you in the next video.